Hey everyone, it's Natalie with Crochet by NatalieLucille, and today I thought since tomorrow is Easter, I would use one of my favorite patterns that I like to do in the spiral and crochet. You can do this as a granny square, or you can continue it out to make a blanket or a rug, whichever you see fit. But this front, back, but you can hopefully with the colors, it's not too light, but you can see the spiral. So this is what you want to do. And also I want to show you something too. Normally I do a magic circle, but I tried the magic circle on this and it just didn't cinch up tight. So I'm going to do it a different way. So what you're going to need, I have 4 different colors. I have pink, pastel, green, yellow, and blue as my 4 colors, and I'll explain that in just a minute. I have an H 5mm hook, some sizzle, and a tapestry needle because you will want to tuck in your ends at the very end. So in my 4 colors that I have, you can crochet with any color that you like, but choose the 4 colors. You can do 2 colors interchangeably, and I've done that before. It's really pretty. So here are the 4 main colors, and my main number 1 color, because I'll just call them 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want to have a main color because that's your beginning color, and you want to remember which one that is. So I'm using pink. It's kind of hard to tell that this is pink, but I promise you that it is. So what you're going to want to do first is you want to make a slip knot, and you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now with that, you're going to join it to the very beginning with a slip stitch. So what you've just made is your loop that you're going to do, you'll crochet your first round in. Now with color number 1, and what you're also going to notice in the very beginning, there's a lot of tails that may get in your way. Just try and push them out of the way as best as possible. So you want to establish the row. So I just chained 1. You're going to single crochet, and everything is worked in the loop. So single crochet, yarn in or hook in, yarn over, and draw up through 2 loops. The next stitch is a half double crochet. Yarn over, insert, draw up a loop. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, draw through all 3 for a half double crochet. And then you're going to do 2 double crochets. So it's yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, and you're going to do that 1 more time. Now it's time to switch to color number 2. So what you want to do is keep a large loop, because you're going to come back to this later. And I like to keep my yarn organized, because one thing that you'll notice when you're changing colors as much, you are going to get tangled. So I'm going to move color number 1 to the end, I guess you could say, and just kind of keep maneuvering it around. You don't have to do this. I have to, or I get tangled like crazy. So moving this out of the way, try and keep it as best as you can, neat and possible. You're going to connect, I guess connect is the right word, color number 2. So you connect it by just pulling it up through here, and you're going to try and work as close as you can to color number 1, and you're going to chain 1. So that just attaches the yarn, and just try and keep it as close as you can to the side of color number 1. Try and move your tail out of the way. It's kind of, you're going to have yarn everywhere. You'll see in just a second. Now you're going to do the same thing as you did with color number 1. You are going to single crochet, half double crochet, and let's see if I can snug that even a little bit more. Then you are going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, pull up a loop. Try and keep it snug up against that one because you're going to be working 2 more colors in here. So I'm going to move my 1 green bowl and I'm going to pick up my 3rd color, which I have as yellow. So I insert my hook, I pull up my yellow, and I'm going to chain 1 just to attach it. It doesn't count as a stitch. Kind of bring it in. Again, see, this is what it's, you're like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? Trust me, it really does work out once you get a handle on all your yarn. Single crochet, half double crochet, and 2 double crochets, again we're going to pull up a loop. I'm going to move this out of the way, kind of slide everything down, and it is time consuming, but trust me, it's better than being tangled, I promise. So again, you're kind of seeing all kinds of yarn everywhere. It gets better, I promise. Going to draw up a loop without getting tangled in all the other yarn. Chain 1. It's going to get a little snug in there. Chain 1, there we go. Try and, oopsies, get your yarn together. We're going to drop that tail. Then you are going to single crochet, half double crochet, oopsies, hit the bowl, and then 2 double crochets. Pull up a loop. Now we are back to color number 1, which is my pink. So move my bowls around to try and keep as neat as possible so you can kind of see what it's looking like. And my little tail wants to be wonky. So I'm starting with color number 1, and now we are working on round 2. Whenever you start any round, starting basically with round 2, you're going to start with 2 double crochets and you're going to end with 2 double crochets. So when you're working along the top of your second color, this is 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to want to work in this, which is your single crochet from the previous row, and you are going to do 2 double crochets in that 1 stitch, if you can see it right there. So we're going to do 2. It's a little bit thicker because of when I attached it, I also had 2 yarns coming through there. So 2 double crochets, in the next stitch, which is right here, 1 double crochet, and then in the second to the last stitch, which is before the large loop right here, 2 double crochets. Okay, pull up a loop. You're going to work now with your second, move my bowl. Oops. Now with the second color, you're going to do the exact same thing. So your second color is going to be working into your third from the previous row, if that makes sense. So you look here, you have where you pulled up a loop in your second to last. So you have 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to be working in this one right here. 2 double crochets. Oops, let me do that one again. That's one thing I love about crochet. You can just pull it right on out. Okay, so there's the 2. The next stitch, 1 double crochet. And then in the second to last stitch, 2 double crochets. Pull up your loop, and a turn, move my yarn, because I just have to. Now working with the third color, you'll be working, see my tail really came up funky over here from the third color, so I'll fix that. So your second to last stitch, so you want to work the third one over. So into this one, 2 double crochets. There's 1. And 2. That's what I mean with all this yarn. Why is that? That's all funky funky. I don't know why I have to tighten that. The next stitch, 1 double crochet. Pretty much this whole pattern is just double crochets. There are a few differences in the beginning round and the finishing round. 2 double crochets in your second to last here. And I'm hoping my yellow will last because I'm just about to run out, but I think it'll be fine. So I want to pull up my loop. I know I'll tuck that in later, but that just, here. Okay, move my yellow. Adjust all my colors. And now I'm going to work with the fourth color, which is my blue. So see how this is my main color? You want to make sure that you're just working your 2, 1, and 2. 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, my blue wants to get stuck on me, and 2 double crochets. And as you start working your way out, you'll work less with all the tails that are kind of hanging down, and it starts to take shape even more, as you can tell. So pull this. We are ready for round 3 because we are back to our main color, which is pink. So starting with your main color. Again, each row you'll start with 2 double crochets in the stitch, and you'll end in the second to last with 2. So you're going to go 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. So it'll look like 2 double crochets in the first stitch, one double crochet in the next 3. That's 1, 2, 3, and then the second to last stitch here, because here's the one with the loose loop, you're going to do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. One more. And now I'm going to move my yarn, and I'm going to pull up a loop, fix my yarn. See how nothing's getting tangled? That makes me extremely happy. With our second yarn, so yarn number 2. This is getting a little loose. I made some really, really pretty baby blankets using this spiral, and I did a hat. The spiral is so cute. Some of my favorites. So again, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. So you're going to work 2 double crochets. One's splitting. Let's do that again. So 1 and 2, and then 1, 1, and 1. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then you have your 2 double crochets in the second to last stitch. There's 1 and 2. Pull up your loop, move your yarn if that's what you're doing. I have to do it. And now we are working with the yellow yarn, which is yarn number 3. So again, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. So working in this stitch, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and then 1, work in the next one, 2, work in the next one, 3, and then in the second to last stitch, 2 double crochets. So it'll continue to increase. So we'll do one more round before our finishing. So I'll make this a little bit smaller. I guess I can go a little bit more just to kind of practice even more, but I'm afraid I'm going to run out of my yellow. I didn't plan. I just got a little bit. So I just grabbed my spring colors. So in color number 4, because I guess from color number 1, it's a little bit longer, so just have to make sure what you're crocheting. So it's 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. So there's double crochet number 1 in the first stitch and double crochet number 2 in the first stitch. Then you're going to 1, 2, 3. So double crochet 1. Hold on, my blue wants to be tight on me. There's 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 double crochets in the the next stitch. I sound so formal. I'm normally not. There we go. So you can see the spiral starting to take shape. I'm going to move my colors. So if you see it coming into more of a spiral. So you can actually continue this on around. I'm going to do one more row and then I'm going to finish it off because I just don't think I'm going to have enough yellow. And this is really more of a tutorial than it is anything else. So I'm going to do one more round. So starting with your main color, the next round, because we did 2, 1, 2, and then the next round it was 2, 3, 2. Now it'll be 2, 5, 2. So you're going to increase by 2, and it's really odd numbers as long as you increase. So it's pretty easy to remember. So in the first stitch, you're going to do 2 double crochets, and then you're going to do 5 double crochets in each stitch around in this color. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then when you come to the second to last, because here's your last one, second to last, 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Move my yarn over, and I just move it over the top because it keeps it out of the way. As you can see, it moves it. So now I'm going to pull up my loop, drop that color, go to my second color. And it's the same, again, 2, 5, 2. So working in this first stitch, you're going to crochet 2 double crochets in that same stitch. 1 and 2. And then you're going to work 5 double crochets, in 1 in each stitch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oopsies. This yarn wants to split on me. Let me do that again. Let's see, 5. Okay, second to last, 2 stitches here, or 2 double crochets in this stitch. 1 and 2. Pull up a loop, move your yarn. You'll be thanking me, trust me. Third color, or other side, I guess I should use my hook. Okay. Pattern still repeats. 2. And then 5 in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How's my yellow doing? Oh, still got enough. 2 in the second to last. So work right here. There's 1 and 2. Pull up a loop. Move this. So it's basically going over the top. And then that way everything stays organized. Last color. So color number 4. So you're going to 2, 5, 2. So working in this stitch, you're going to crochet 2 or double crochet 2, then 5. 1. My blue really wants to be tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 2 double crochets in this stitch, 1 and 2. So we'll move our yarn. And what you can do, if you want to, you can continue this, and it'll just keep going round and round and round. And what you would end up doing is you would increase by 2 on each one. So every round that you would start with starts with 2 double crochets in the stitch. So if you continued on to this one, or actually you would go to this one, because this would be your main color, you would do 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 2 into this one. So each one, you'll notice that it increases by 2, and it's going to be odd numbers. But let's say you're done and you want to finish. So the way that you finish, and it kind of squares it off, which I think it really looks pretty cool. So when you want to finish your product, I feel like I'm close, so it gets a little blurry sometimes. Let me pull my blue. It's getting tight, and I don't want to lose the loop. To finish, you're going to do 2 double crochets in your next stitch. So 1 and 2. In the next stitch, 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, 1/2 double crochet. So yarn over, draw in, draw up, over, through 3. The next stitch, a single crochet. In the next stitch, slip stitch. So just yarn in, pull up a loop, and then just draw it through the loop on your hook. And you're going to want to fasten off. So cut, and let's fasten that off. So there's the one. You're going to go to color. Let's move my pink out of the way. Color number 2, you're going to do the same thing. You'll have to forgive me, all my allergies are crazy right now. So I feel like I'm trying not to sniff. So when you start out in this stitch, 2 double crochets. So 1, 2, 1 double crochet in the next one. And I hope I'm not crocheting too fast, but if you want to go back through the previous videos, because I'm assuming that you know the double crochet and the round and everything. So if you haven't seen them, go check out the earlier videos, and there's techniques on double crochets, half double crochet, single crochets, working in a round, stuff like that. So we did our 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, 1/2 double crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. In the next, slip stitch. You're going to cut, and you are going to fasten off, and these will be tucked in as well later. Next color, two double crochets in the next stitch. I'm about to run, maybe I made it was a good call. I'm about to run out of my yellow. One double crochet, one half double crochet, single crochet, and then a slip stitch. Fasten off, or cut and then fasten off. And one more color to go. Color number 4. Blue. Normally I don't work with acrylic, but I do have a lot. Okay. 2 double crochet. One double crochet in the next one. One half double crochet, single crochet, and a slip stitch. We're going to cut, oopsies, and fasten off. And I'm going to tuck these, fasten them, and tuck them in so we can kind of have a finished product. And I like to kind of grab my corners too, kind of make it so it is kind of squared off. But I can, so I'm going to tuck these in. My blue really wanted to be loose. That one right there. Oh, we're going to fix him. I don't think so. So let me pause the video. Well, let me do one, show you how you can tuck them in using your tapestry needle. You're going to tuck the yarn in, and you're going to want to follow it. I just kind of weave it in to follow a bit of the pattern just around. Just kind of weaving it in. And then a lot of times too, so it kind of stays in place, I'll just kind of go back through a few stitches just to have it snug. And then once that is done, I just cut it really close like that, so you can't even see. But I'm going to pause this real quick, and I'm going to tuck it all in. And I'm just finishing up. Oh, I got some light on me all of a sudden. I hope that doesn't put a glare on the video. If it does, let's see, maybe I can move a little bit. There we go. So I'm just basically tucking the last tail in the center, and I just kind of work it around in the color. And I made the tail a little bit too short where I don't think I can come back around. Well, it might. And I'm just going to go through. Well, maybe if it'll, oh, well, kind of. It worked. So, trying to stay out of the way of the sun. We have a late afternoon sun coming through. It's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh. So there you have it. A nice spiral. And once you tuck your thread in, it just has a nice seamless edge. You can, at the very end, if you want to take one color contrasting color, a dark color, light color, and you can also always crochet an edge around it, such as if this is your corner, if you wanted to single crochet around, you would come to your corner, you would single crochet, chain 2, single crochet again in the same spot, and just keep working around. In each corner you would chain 2, and you would single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the same spot if you wanted just something to kind of give it more of a finished touch. But I like this. I think it's cute, and I love doing granny squares. So y'all have a great day, and until then, subscribe, check out my Facebook page. I don't have a website quite yet because this is just one of my hobbies that I like to do, and right now we're quarantined during the COVID-19, so I thought, why not, kind of share, and maybe somebody will learn something new. So I hope you were able to learn something new today. Have a great Easter if you celebrate Easter, or springtime, Passover. And I hope y'all are staying safe and learning something new. So y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.